March 1st. This is a follow-up to a video I did a few days ago, and I was talking about the significance of mid-2016 when I was hit by a barrage of very unusual symptoms, and particularly pains that follow a logical, clear and consistent pattern. So they're very unnatural. They happen before a certain activity, always before the activity. So not only are they unnatural, but they make me feel like I'm being watched because they happen before I do this activity. Certain rooms I walk through. As I mentioned, if I walk through this area of the kitchen into the corridor towards the garage, I will be struck by these symptoms. Right now it's very sharp pains in the ankles. There are a few other patterns as well, very, very discernible patterns, very consistent patterns, and I'll talk about that in another video. Anyway, what I wanted to just make this a miscellaneous video because there's a few symptoms that I forgot to mention that hit in mid-2016. And as I mentioned, I described the significance of that time. It was the peak of major bullying harassment of me and my children, at the very peak. And I will get into that in another video. But anyway, so what happened, in addition to all the other things I talked about, all the other really strange symptoms and the very bizarre presentation of the symptoms, in addition, what happened was suddenly in October, my nails turned all yellow. They all turned yellow. So every single nail I had, I think except for my thumbs, and maybe my index fingers, and I do have photos. I have lots, like I said, I have all, you know, I have basically, let's say I have proof of all this because I took videos, I wrote it in my diary, I took photographs. So there was a yellowing, a sudden yellowing of all my nails. They were growing out extremely yellow on the perimeters, on the outer perimeters of each nail, was extremely yellow. And also I went through so much pain from starting in mid-2016 onward, up until I think maybe just recently it stopped. I don't know if it's short term or if it's going to resume, but major stinging and pain in my cuticle areas for no reason. Like I didn't cut the area, I didn't, you know, injure the area, bruise the area, nothing like that. I don't even bite. I don't really bite them anymore. So I was hit by this really horrific stinging and pain in these really yellow nails that I have suddenly sustained. Really yellow nails. So all this stinging and pain, and it would also follow the pattern. And that pattern is a logical, clear, and consistent. It seems like a well thought out pattern. So it's the opposite of natural. And you know, I'm 52 years old. I can say very confidently whether whether the symptoms I'm experiencing are natural or not natural. I can say that confidently. I don't need a doctor to tell me whether my symptoms are normal or natural. I know they are unnatural. Okay, this is anecdotal. After 52 years, I can say that with confidence. So we're going to leave it off there. So lots of yellowing of the nails, extreme pain and stinging that would actually intensify, like follow that pattern before the activity. So that's the first one, and I'm going to continue in a second.